Hi, I'm Joy Hudak, the Executive Director of the Riverside Educational Center. Welcome to REC. We are so happy to have you here today. Please enjoy this short informational video as we share REC in action.
Riverside Educational Center is a large nonprofit organization based in Grand Junction, Colorado that provides after-school tutoring and educational enrichment to those students who need it most. During the past year, REC served 998 students at 15 schools in the Grand Valley, with 702 students consistently participating. 45% of REC students identify as Hispanic, with another 49% identifying as white. The remaining 6% identify as other ethnicities. 79% of students qualify for free or reduced lunch, and all 9 of the elementary schools served by REC are federally designated Title I schools, meaning that at least 75% of their student population is considered low income. These 9 elementary schools are the feeder schools for 4 middle schools and 2 high schools, where REC provides after-school and enrichment programming. All students at each school are eligible to join REC, although REC participation is limited by space and student-to-staff ratios, which are kept at 5-to-1 or lower. Waiting lists are maintained, and REC is always looking for ways to serve more students. Currently, REC has over 200 full and part-time staff, the majority of whom are directly involved in programming and student services. REC also utilizes approximately 30 volunteers who provide tutoring as well as gear and operational support. Working closely with School District 51, REC tracks programming results using specific benchmarks and performance measures tied to standardized test results and academic growth, GPAs, school attendance, and end-of-school year surveys of teachers, students, caregivers, volunteers, and REC staff. Here are some examples of outcomes. During the 2021-22 school year, 97% of elementary school students and 78% of middle school students attending REC showed growth in math skills. 60% of high school students maintained a GPA of 2.0 or better, and 100% of REC high school seniors graduated for the second year in a row. With regard to survey data, 95% of parents, 89% of teachers, and 92% of students believe students show growth and benefit academically from being involved in REC programming. 80% of students believe that they learn new skills because of REC, and 80% of high school students believe that they are more socially connected because of REC. The surveys also provide valuable feedback to help REC continuously improve, as well as affirmation that REC is on the right track. REC programming continues during the month of June with academics, enrichment, and field trips, many organized in collaboration with our community partners. Since being founded in 2006, REC has embraced the power of collaboration, partnering with numerous community entities, including School District 51 and Colorado Mesa University. Many REC high school students go on to higher education, primarily at Colorado Mesa University and Western Colorado Community College. REC maintains contact with these students and offers support as appropriate. Additional valuable collaborations facilitated by REC allow us to integrate our students into our larger community, helping them to develop a valuable sense of place and feeling of inclusion in their hometown. Outdoor education is a valuable part of the REC experience, helping students gain confidence, develop new lifelong skills, and creating a love of our valuable natural environment. Social and emotional learning activities include many outdoor components, but go well beyond field trips, with SEL skills being taught and developed during after-school programming. Families are integral to REC programming. Engaging caregivers is a REC priority, with family and caregiver activities offered at every site several times each year. Parent and caregiver feedback and input is critical to helping REC refine its programming and meet the needs of families. Rec's annual fundraiser, Taste of Riverside, was inspired by Rec parents and features an authentic Mexican meal prepared by Rec moms and dads. It's a wonderful way to celebrate the Rec community and the heritage of many Rec families. In spring 2020, Rec was displaced from its office space in the basement of the Riverside School by the pandemic. In the coming months, Rec was presented with several opportunities for expansion into additional schools. This growth, from 9 schools as the pandemic began to 15 schools at the beginning of the 2021-22 school year, required an expansion of staff, equipment, buses to bring students home each day and take them on field trips, and more. Rec could not have done this without a generous benefactor who provided us with new rental office space and a warehouse at a discounted rate. Rec is very grateful for his support and additional support from so many members of our community, which have made a trying situation into a time of unprecedented opportunity. Still, moving into a new space has been challenging and expensive, with Rec incurring additional expenses that were previously covered in kind by School District 51. We hope that the new office and warehouse space will become Rec's long-term home, as it positions the organization to provide additional services and achieve more growth as appropriate. For fiscal year 2022-2023, Rec's operating budget is $3,616,000. Funding sources include foundations, corporations, businesses, service clubs, individuals, and fundraising events. Rec prides itself on being the region's only bilingual, no-cost after-school program. Less than 1% of revenue comes from optional family donations. Overall expenses are divided between 87% program, 10% administrative, and 3% fundraising. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about Riverside Educational Center. Please let us know if you have questions or if we can provide additional information about our organization's efforts to help those students in our community who need it most. Thank you.